Hey there, good people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Happy weekend to everybody. Today is a Friday, official weekend of Bangladesh. Peaceful and quiet. I think I will have my round two nap because I had some breakfast and some green tea. So there's some noise outside this construction and all that. So it's typical. I got tired of living in the surroundings. I really wish I could live it peaceful and quiet, like there are no people. That would be nice, but it's not possible here because oh man, Bangladesh population like crazy. Anyway, today I'll be reviewing Serge Lutens Chergui, and this fragrance is gonna be a second review of this perfume. Previously, I did review this like few years back when I had this fragrance. I think I got it from one of our brothers, and this was the fragrance. Okay, like see the bottle. This is the old style bottle and the box. If you see the difference between this and that, these are new style they released a few years back perhaps, and this one is a 50 ml, and there are significant difference between this, the old version, and the new one. I'll let you know. So I do have 100 ml here. These are going for around $100 to $200 for retail. If you can wait for discounts, maybe you can get a little bit cheaper, but do not quote me on the pricing. Different countries have different pricing. So on most part, I know these fragrances are sold for $140 $150. I think these are niche house. I could be wrong. And this one is my most favorite so far. I wanted to get Ambre Sultan and a few of the other ones, but in time perhaps. So this basically is a tobacco sweet. Basically, the older version was like a thick tobacco or hay note. Those things were there. And I think on most part, this fragrance was like a hit, like with people. Like most people, they just love that fragrance. It has sweetness, like the Chergui, and it felt like cold weather time. This would be like a perfect fragrance to wear. So I liked it, but I don't know why I sold off my old bottle. I could never find that old version again. It was very silly of me, which I do a lot, right? So this was like recent buy for me. I've been testing it. I'm wearing this fragrance here on my left arm, and I will tell you like when it was released. I'm trying to open the Fragrantica page. Man, the sometimes the net is slow. Anyway, so as it opens, let me tell you, this fragrance has changed a little bit over the years. I think reformulation has been done. Okay, I'll talk about that. And I also I'll tell you this fragrance, it's not for summers. It's good for mostly mild cold weathers and winters. Okay, um, I'll let you know the longevity total, how much you get. Man, this phone is really horrible. The net is really disturbing. Anyway, so as far as I know, Chergui had hay note, which was very unique. It had this very dark juice. This one also has dark, but the one I had was almost dark, like black dark, like very deep purple kind of a juice. This one, I think with age, it will macerate and it become darker, but I have to wait for a while. So presentation wise, this is how that looks. Okay, this is EDP concentration 100 ml. Really nice. The packaging looks more sophisticated, and some of the fragrances they put on their more expensive aisle, that one goes for about I think $300 or so. I want one of them, but their pricing are crazy. So second thing you get is this cap, this little cap with all the bottles. If you're not using the perfume with a sprayer, you can put the lid back and take out the spray and keep it with your collection. That means maybe next fall or winter, whenever you use. But this is a nice little cap, cute. And then have the bottle. I really like the 100 ml. Okay, anywhere 100 mls are welcome, because I love houses like Orto Parisi, okay, or Nasemato, but they give like man 50 and 30 ml bottles. Even if extra perfume, many of you say like you don't know anything about fragrances, like concentration wise, this and that. I understand, but when you see bottle size 100 ml, it gives you so much option to use this for so much longer, even if the concentration is less. Like this one is thinner compared to the older batches. The older one, sorry, I didn't show you the presentation fully. Okay, this is how that looks. I really think the bottle looks very slick, cool, and reminds me of Guerlain's private lines. Okay, so cap, good quality. Sprayer is nice, really good sprayer. Clicks onto place. Let it settle down, and let me tell you the older formulation, how they were. So as far as my memory served me, that fragrance, the older batch of this with the white box just now I showed you, that one is going for $300 per 50 ml. I saw someone paying that crazy price few days back, one of our brothers here. I hope he's happy about it, because I wouldn't pay that price. But when I had Chergui, I remember I really loved it. Sometimes you really love fragrances, like when you get it. But sadly, I didn't find any occasion or weather to wear it in Bangladesh. And our country, Bangladesh, when I say Bangladesh, if you've never been here, you have to see how severe the weather conditions get. some people take me for wrong that, hey, I'm a hater of my own country and people, and that's why I bash my country's weather, people, culture. Not necessarily. Sometimes speaking the truth doesn't mean that you're not a patriot. Okay. Uh, the thing is, fragrances do not last here, and then in high heat and humidity, even in November, and now it's December. We entered the first day of December. Absolutely no cold weather in our city. Outside, yes, but in our country nowadays, winter is just going away for good. There's no any cold weather. So what happens is you cannot wear a lot of fragrances you really love. Okay, perhaps you like it but doesn't last. Perhaps you love it so much but it doesn't develop or give you what you expect unless you live 24 hours in AC, which I do. But most people work; they're on the move. So Chergui never really fit our country conditions or any occasion, seasons. Okay, that's why I was not wearing it. So I sold it off for very cheap price tag, and it was like some 4 or 5 years back. So now that my nose got a little bit mature, I understand. There are um, like conditions. Where there are how to say disadvantage with our weather, but I wear fragrances now, which makes me happy. So Chergui is such a fragrance. I got it. So the old Chergui was very thick, like a waxy sort of a property on the skin. It was super sweet, super thick, super long lasting, almost like beeswax sort of vibe. And it reminds me of another fragrance. Let me show you. Hold on, I forgot to get that. Oh, I don't go out of the network. Okay, I'm walking. There's a fragrance that I love, and I have that one is a cardamom, beautiful fragrance, similar to Lanoidal, people say. But this fragrance right here has beeswax. Okay, this is, I think, Longvin Avant-Garde. Okay, very rare perfume now, discontinued. Very beautiful fragrance, very very nice. Okay, that one has that beeswax, which gives a sweetness and a little bit of a cardamom, spicy, masculine, long-lasting perfume. So Chergui had that waxy sort of a honey, tobacco, hay mix, and perhaps a little bit of a base, a little bit of a patchouli and vetiver mix. I forgot exactly, but man, that fragrance was beast mode. This one lasts. Okay, do not make mistake. It does last. Okay, newer versions not weak, but it is not anywhere near what it used to be in the glory, like the glorious days of old Chergui. So you can almost say the old 50 ml, whatever juice you get is the same concentration as 100 ml of it. So if you compress it to 50, you get the older batch. But again, where are you gonna get the old batches? You have to pay really high prices. So at that price point, that Chergui is gonna be a little bit, out of maybe expiry date and stuff. This one is fresh. So I suggest to you, yes, you go for the new one. The performance is good. I guess 6 to 7 hours. The older ones I got 10 hours plus. This one, you have to let it sit in your collection. This is sadly, this is the truth. If you let it sit in your collection for 1 year, okay, use it. But when you're not using it, put it in the box, keep it in a corner, dark corner. Next year when you come back, this is gonna be much stronger. This is what happens with this kind of fragrances. I really like this fragrance. So another difference I find in the opening, it's much more lighter. It is not as thick or as powdery, like a experience as it used to be, but it's more like a fluffy, thin sweetness. It's a caramelized, sugary maple syrup like, but it's not that gooey. You know what I mean? It's like a fizzy maple syrup sweetness, and I like that. It's more wearable. I can wear it early days of fall, maybe the rainy days, a little bit of cool weather, but not in summers. Where can you wear this? You can wear this for office work, a sophisticated suit, formal, but do not spray on the white clothing because of the dark juice. Okay, this dark juice will leave definitely a mark. And the thing is, again, Chergui is not for everybody. Like if how do I describe this? This is not for beginners. Okay, like you just got into the game, you're into designers, and I mean, don't no disrespect by that, but early days you enjoy simpler things. This is a bit complex. So this is tobacco, but you may not find it to be the mainstream like Spice Bomb or Man in Black. Those kind of perfumes. You know what I mean? So Serge Lutens Chergui, if you bought it, I know some kids and some men in Bangladesh, they are very very impatient. How I used to be. These are the early days. People make rookie mistake. You buy, you use 2 days, you don't like, you sell it off for a cheaper price tag. Big mistake, big loss on your part. Okay, do not do it. If you bought this already, keep it in your collection. Your nose will grow, and if you are really a fragrance lover, you will give it time. If you do not give a fragrance time, man, that's the saddest thing. I have been doing that like many years. I too still do it sometimes, but I give at least a month to a fragrance, then I decide I like it or not. But Chergui definitely has been in market for a long time. It has been a community sweetheart for many years. for a reason. Okay, so keep it if you have it, unless you really want to get rid of it or you're put off by it. I mean, just keep it. Okay, Chergui is still very nice. It's just that the old days opening thickness is gone and the overall longevity has reduced. But again, it's a good fragrance if you can get under $150 price tag. That is good for 100 ml. Okay, so overall, this fragrance I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. The older batches I'll give like 9 because of that added thickness or even the juice color for that matter. I enjoy the older one, juice color a lot more. That's it. Serge Lutens Chergui, the new batches. Do let me know what you feel about it. It's a unisex perfume, very comforting in the colder months. Winter time, you just can wear it at home. If you, let's say, gonna get cozy with your significant other, it's a great fragrance to wear on the skin. It's really, really nice. It smells like a natural on the skin. Okay, it works so well with the skin chemistry. That's another thing I really love about this perfume. So there you go. That's the review. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.